are just a couple of things I would like to discuss regarding Never Before. And let me start with the obvious. I don't really know how to properly play the intro. This is why I didn't tab it, I didn't include it in the beginning. However, I would like to give you some tips on what to do, how to jam over it. That's what I always do. So it starts out in the key of B. So you can use your B minor pentatonic and try to think of sort of those are the sort of things that Blackmore plays, but it's really hard because it's also, sort of adding these scratchy motions and, it's just really funky and really nice. I cannot replicate that. Sorry for that. So let's just jump over the verse, which is, to me, it's kind of a modulation to E. So we start over an E chord, and some people go back to the octave. And that's what the organ does, so it's easy to, misunderstand or get wrong on the guitar, but Blackmore actually does not go up on the octave, he stays down on the open 6th string. And then he plays a D triad and then 2 A triads, both of them major. So starting out, that is the D, and then instead of doing the A the same way, he's playing an inversion, so not starting on the root, but starting on the major third. And then he's starting on the root. So D, A inversion, A basic form. Only I think he's probably using the open strings. And really important, in this walk-up, the last note is B, not B flat. I actually made the mistake of playing B flat in a recent show as well, so, And the other thing that people sometimes, play wrong is it's not D sharp E, the walk-up, but it's, again, the E triad. And these sort of things they got from rock and roll. They used to play Lucille back in the day. And that is something similar. However, it would make sense to me that, I would play it something like that, because it's more, under my hands in one position. But the way I can hear it, because of the strings and the sound, I think Blackmore does play it in this position, not down here. So third time around, you are doing this B flat note, because it leads you to a big, B chord, power chord that is, because I really cannot hear the major third or the minor third. And I know Blackmore likes to play his G power chord like this, not playing anything on the D string, let that ring open, but you cannot let it ring open in the D chord because it sounds bad. So the only thing that I can imagine he does is mute the G string. So I'm borrowing the first and the second strings at the 7th fret with my index finger, and I'm just touching the G string enough to mute it, but not to fret that the note which would make it a minor. So it's not, it's just muting the G string. And then we are walking down from D to a G chord, and I used to play it with single lines, but listening to the isolated tracks closely, it is pretty much obvious that Blackmore plays it with chords. Only the second, so these are just power chords, D5, but the second one is not C sharp, but I think it's sort of a C sharp with an A. That is, part of the A major triad that we looked at here. just a B power chord, A power chord, and then G. Now here in G, he does, I think, play around with the sus4. Not like this, but you know, just wanted to demonstrate it. So that is basically adding your pinky on the G string 5th fret. That gives you this sus4 chord, and in order to be able to do that, you cannot play your bar chord like this. You need to take your thumb, put it on the 6th string, and then you're not playing anything on the 5th string, you're muting it with your thumb, and so you're playing. This is basically Rainbow's Power. Hope you know that song. And then he does something similar with the A chord as well, but it's hard to hear because John Lord is moving around in the organ, or on the organ. Maybe something like this, I'm not quite sure, but you know, these are your usual rock and roll double stops or triple stops that you would do, so I don't fully hear what Blackmore plays. I think he's playing around with just the you know, sus4, or maybe he might also add the D triad. I'm not sure, you have to listen and decide how you would like to play it. And then the bridge is weirdly in C, or at least it starts with a C chord, power chord, then an F power chord, G sharp power chord, and then you jump back up via this, you know, leading note, or I don't know, passing tone or passing chord of B flat, again power chord, and then C, and then you repeat, and you know, you have this, and then the walk down, but it's in the tab. I think you can get it from there. Now let's quickly talk about the solo a little bit, because I have a previous solo cover on YouTube and with the tab, and I tabbed it wrong, played it wrong, but by now I understand it a little bit better, maybe much better. So the funny thing is that you stop for a C chord, and then you basically, you know, just jump down to a B, so modulate down a semitone. You know, sounds weird on paper, but when Purple plays it, sounds awesome. So what I didn't manage to get in the tab right is, and I didn't play it right either, I didn't manage to catch the first, that first bend from A to B on 12th fret on the, 10th fret to the 12th fret on the B string, and well, in this video. But in my previous video, for some reason, I didn't play this note. Played it like this, but it's not an A note, it's a G sharp. So again, we are playing around in our B minor pentatonic until we jump down for the B minor pentatonic. And this is something this, and this is how we kind of come back. But I didn't get it right previously. And with that, you're back in your minor pentatonic position. So if you ever played or heard bluegrass or country, you must be aware of this lick. And this is basically the blues version of the major pentatonic. Some people teach it like thinking of the G sharp minor pentatonic only. You're resolving to B note, not the G sharp. So this is something Blackmore used to do in No No No, in Lazy, Demon's Eye, in a bunch of stuff live too, that he's kind of jumping or moving freely and pretty smoothly between the minor and the major pentatonic. So maybe that could be a separate lesson for another day. Let me know if you're interested in that in the comment section. And I think that was most of the stuff I wanted to mention. Again, I really hope this breakdown helps. And there were just a couple of things I wanted to point out that I'm not 100% sure about everything, but you know, the verse and those triads and the solo, by now I'm pretty sure. I'm just not sure about that G and the A chord and how he ornaments it. Alright, so I think that is it for this video, and hopefully see you in the next one as well.